1963, all day long, there have been hourly bulletins from the death house at Sing Sing. Only this morning, it seemed like Robbie and Michael might see their parents again. But at noon, the reconvened Supreme Court overruled Justice Douglas and vacated his stay of execution. Despite massive domestic and international protests, Ethel and Julius Rosenberg are scheduled to die at 11 this evening. It is a steamy, hot Friday afternoon. On 17th Street, between Broadway and Fifth Avenue, a crowd begins to gather.
Did you hear? Did you hear? The lawyers, they went to Judge Kaufman. Not on a Sabbath, they say. You should postpone the execution till Monday.
I heard that Kaufman agreed to that. I'll take care of it, he said, and he did. He moved the execution earlier instead, to 8 p.m. tonight, just before sunset, so as not to desecrate the Sabbath.
I work in a machine shop a few blocks south of here. I volunteer for the committee. That's the Committee to Secure Justice in the Rosenberg case. Earlier this week, we applied for a permit to meet in Union Square. We expected to be celebrating the stay of execution.
I'm a teacher. Today I came in from Brooklyn on the subway after class. I came to celebrate saving the Rosenbergs' lives. Instead, it's a death watch. We gather because we need to be together. Despite the permit, the police refused to allow the people to assemble in the square and pushed the crowd onto 17th Street. The loudspeaker trucks set up at the head of the street. Workers leaving the lofts and offices and factories and shops join women and men and children walking slowly from the neighborhoods and subways and bus stops.
I'm a student in high school. I'm here with my dad and I'm frightened. I keep looking up at the Con Edison clock, ticking seconds at a time towards 8 o'clock.
It looks like 10,000 people shoulder to shoulder on this block. Angry people, weeping people. A few minutes ago, I see this woman I know from the neighborhood. She hugs me, says she doesn't know much about the secret of the atomic bomb, but she knows about union busting and stool pigeons. We all know about scare tactics to keep us from organizing, to keep us quiet.
A couple of guys here for the shop with me. We've been talking about this case for months. We didn't think the government would kill white people like this, like lynching.
My dad says that he was just my age when he stood right here, in a rally just like this one, when Sacco and Vanzetti were murdered. He said it changed his whole life. It scared him, sure, but it also made him want to fight harder, so that people wouldn't be killed for their beliefs. I think today might change my life, too.
The speakers at the rally struggle with their emotions, trying to find a voice for the unspeakable.
The speakers say that Ethel and Julius's minutes are rushing away, and with them America's honor.
They say that Ethel and Julius gave America its most precious gift, its tradition for fighting, not crawling.
It is getting late. The sky is turning pink. The speakers continue.
They say that the electric chair won't kill the doubts in the Rosenberg case.
Then the speaker announces that it's all over. Ethel and Julius Rosenberg have just been executed at Sing Sing. The voice on the loudspeaker jolts the crowd like lightning.
All of us, standing here in the crowd, we recognize the very moment the lights dim for the second time at Sing Sing. At that moment, the scarlet sun dips below the palisades of the Hudson.
The crowd on 17th Street moans and shouts and cries. People start to sing, "Tell old Pharaoh to let my people go." The cops pull the plug on the loudspeaker, but the singing is just as loud.
The police on their horses push the crowd toward Fifth Avenue. Some people start walking towards Knickerbocker Village together, where the Rosenberg family used to live. I'm going to my daughter's apartment to talk to my grandchildren about what happened. I want to tell them how the government killed people for a crime they didn't commit because they wouldn't name names.
My mom stayed home today with my brother and sister. She couldn't bear to bring them here. They're the same ages as Michael and Robbie.
I don't think any of us will ever forget that we were here on 17th Street on June 19, 1953.
Around the country in Chicago and San Francisco and Los Angeles, around the world, in London and Paris and Buenos Aires and New Zealand and Iceland, people gather to be together so that they do not have to be alone while the clock ticks and the minutes die.